Hello, myself Sunil Nair, and here basically we are discussing about the colleges basically. One person basically asked the question basically, do you know Sunil basically whatever idea basically the software companies basically the employees gets that are connected somewhere basically. Then he told that basically how basically you can say that. For example, one person basically got one idea. Assume that he is basically employee basically and he got one idea. He told that yes exactly. His blood group is this. Okay, that's fine. That person basically, do you know how basically he got the idea? Then he thought that no, basically I don't know basically how basically I got this idea. Then he thought that basically one of the college basically in one of the college basically just see basically how each and every things basically are connected, how the education entire industry is also connected. He told that basically, do you know basically one person basically who was basically doing study in this particular college, his blood group is this. His blood group is this. Not taking the exact blood group basically, just taking as an example as a blood group. His blood group is basically this. He basically thought that idea. He basically thought that idea actually, but he was not able to fulfill that idea. Fulfill means he was not able to think up to certain level. Why? Because who don't he basically was not having the experience. So what was that basically? That was basically the in incomplete basically the energy basically which was actually supposed to generate but it was not supposed to it basically not generated. Then he told that yes basically exactly you are correct basically. So that type of idea basically where basically it goes, where basically it get transferred basically because each and everything basically get transferred to that basically is told basically pass basically. One person told that basically we can't do that task, just pass that to the another person told that basically we can't do that task, pass it. So like that basically system is there. Exactly you are told correct. Then basically he told that basically that system also basically applies in the energy basically, that basically energy which was not able to complete that basically transferred to that particular person basically who was having the experience. He connected basically that idea, and then basically he fulfilled that idea basically. He basically completed the entire idea basically. And one day basically they both basically met also. Just see basically the energy basically power basically. Literally basically it's very dangerous. Basically nobody in this world basically can track basically why these two people basically met. Why these two people basically met? Why these two people basically met? Literally, basically, it's very difficult, basically, and basically nobody in this world basically can track this. Reason basically might be there. There might be some reason, basically, education reason, whatever reason, basically, that basically we have not created the entire education energy, basically. The people who have created the energy, that group only basically might be knowing. So one basically college person basically assume that basically that college person is from USA Harvard University. He basically thought something, but he was not able to fulfill that particular idea because he basically was not up to that level. Basically, he don't have any experience. But then also basically he thought. Then also basically he thought that incomplete idea basically connected to assume that some normal university Delhi or some MS university person basically he was basically he studied there and then basically completed and then basically started his education, started his career basically, and he jumped into Accenture or Capgemini any company basically. That time basically he got that connected that idea, that is done. Then basically what happened, just see basically the energy power basically up to what dangerous the energy power, what actually what this is, that basically that need the research basically what actually this is actually. Then he told that basically he basically connected the idea and then basically fulfilled the idea and then basically implemented that idea into the project. Like this basically time basically gone basically and time basically passed. Like this basically one day basically he visited USA, that experienced person basically. And then because the person basically who actually completed the idea he is going to meet that particular person. The person basically was not able to fulfill that idea. So it's a basically attraction, this is actually the attraction of energy. Then basically what happened, that person basically went to America. And in some story, basically, in some story means basically when you go somewhere, basically literally you meet this people, these people, that people, this everything happens automatically. Basically, nobody is writing anything, nothing is happening. He met basically one person, then basically he told that this, that, that. Then suddenly basically he met that particular person. Basically. Then they basically had a talk like this. Basically, lots of things basically happened, but they basically don't know that this person basically was the person basically who basically got this idea and was not able to fulfill that idea, and that idea basically was fulfilled by this particular person basically. So this person basically can be Harvard, and this person can be Oxford also. That person can be Indian university, and that person basically can be outside university person also. So it can be anything basically. Reason basically when behind the science, basically one person told that basically it might be some the power, basically energy, which is captured from the city, it is sent to the another city. Then he told that yeah, basically he's correct basically. Then basically one person told that basically the power basically which are captured in the from the city, that basically don't have any text format. Then he told that basically no, basically we have not created this type of system, basically we don't have time, basically we basically don't have the time basically to create this type of system basically. Then he told that basically yes, that might be the problem. So like this, basically one person told that basically from where you connected the idea, that basically you can find out. Then basically one person, basically the person basically who was having the each and every system, basically he told that basically sorry, we can't do it because we don't have the system. No, basically we don't have the system basically because this is a roadmap basically. Actually, this was actually the one of the roadmap basically. Then he told that basically, yeah, basically, which roadmap? Basically, the ideas roadmap, basically. That USA basically person basically was having some incomplete idea. That Europe person basically fulfilled that idea basically. Then he told that yes, yeah, basically. Then that basically idea basically spread in the environment basically because that idea was fulfilled by the European person basically. So like this basically the things are basically of the university to university and university to the employment and employment to the colleges and then colleges to the companies. So like this basically that person basically told that. So like this also basically things are there. Then basically we are discussing going to discuss about the 11th topic, that is basically about the political group basically. Political group, we will just discuss this. One person told that basically what actually politics here. Basically, I'm not actually getting what actually politics is. One person told that basically he's going to rule for 5 years, he's going to rule for certain years, he's going to just rule for certain months. So that is politics. He told basically, literally, basically in without definition language, basically he has given this answer. Then he told that basically exactly what actually happens in this basically. Then he told that, for example, uh, assume that basically. Day 90. Assume that basically in 1990 basically one election happened. Then he told that yes, exactly, you are correct. That time basically the people basically who won the election basically, yes, that basically person is that basically party basically, that party basically. Here basically we are not taking about the person basically, party we are taking. It can be BJP, any basically party, Congress party, BJP party, Aam Aadmi party, any party basically. They are going to rule in 2005. He told that basically the election happened in 1990 basically. They are going to rule in 19 sorry in 2005 basically. You want to say like that? Then he told that exactly you are correct. That means 15 years basically it took to complete the entire plan of the basically people basically who are going to rule in 2005. He told that exactly you are correct. So the tasks basically which are currently basically in 2000 basically whatever task basically was which was happened, that took 15 years to do the plan. Then he told that yes, basically the IITs, IIMs, and the lots of groups basically MBA groups and lots of basically the groups are basically the banking groups are there. Each and every group basically there is basically one group basically who do the this type of plan basically, and they basically take has taken basically 15 years because they say that basically the plan which the government do, it should not be basically, there should not be any error basically in this. Otherwise, basically, who is going to believe the political people basically? Everybody will be say that basically you don't do, basically we will do this political task basically. Our city basically have lots of people basically we will do this whole task basically. So basically each and every plans basically which gets executes from the government side, that basically is planned since basically for 10 to 15 years basically. So like this basically the political people basically say that basically whatever thing basically which is going to happen in this basically 15 years basically, literally the basically the political people basically who are the political writer, who's basically they basically say that basically this is the party basically who is going to rule the country basically. So according to that basically we have to do the plan. So for that, basically, he told that basically, first of all, basically the basic needs, basically, for example, vegetables, then fruits, then basically oils, petrols. This all thing basically need to be fulfilled, right? First, basically, we will see the basic needs. Like then, basically, he told that basically, yes, basically, this basically can be created from where basically. So this we basically have the softwares basically. From there, basically, the human needs basically can be fulfilled because the natural things basically has already got over. So like this basically we can fulfill the thing basically, like this basically many softwares are basically there. From there basically we can fulfill the human needs. Then they told that basically then we, for that basically we have to do the plan, basically how many software basically are available in the market, if they have the perfect data or not, if the data basically which basically the person who basically has entered, that basically data have basically physical location also basically or not. For example, one address is entered into some one system of the CRM, and that is going to generate one vegetable data, but that person basically exists or not, that also basically the government need to check. That place also basically exists or not, that also basically government physically do the check. So like this basically it takes time. So like this basically each and every data basically with the system, because you can't trust any of the group basically. So for that basically they say that basically we have our own group basically. For that basically we do the each and every verification. Basically, if they say that basically we have the perfect data, basically in future, basically when in 2005, basically when they start generating the CRM software, basically that time basically the thing basically was supposed to generate, that was the onion basically, that actually not generated. That basically was not generated. Then basically we need to take from the other countries basically. Then basically he told that basically the metrics which was supposed to generate in the environment, that basically was prepared according to this onion basically, the CRM software basically. Then he told that basically is error basically. Then he told that basically each and everything basically data which is entered in the system basically, that need to enter properly. That need to check basically properly basically. Like this basically this is basically one of the small example basically, which basically data basically if they takes, then basically this is that basically the nuclear power company which is going to supply the data basically, they basically have the full perfect data or not basically. For example, in this 2005 basically this many or disease basically are going to come, then according to that basically medicine basically has there or not. According to the medicine basically the energy is going to generate basically in the environment, that basically is there or not. So like this each and everything basically they do the verification. Like this basically many things basically they do the verification, whether the, because these people are going to rule. So these people are going to rule basically, but admin people do the plan na? Admin people say that basically we do the plan. So according to that, basically they basically do the practical task basically, but each and every plan basically that we have to do. So for that, basically each and every plans basically are done. Each and every cities basically, for example, one person told that basically from thousand city basically the vegetable creation is going to happen. So vegetable creation means from the software basically the vegetable creation is going to happen, and that software basically contains the data which basically connects to the thousand cities. So that thousand cities basically can generate this vegetable or not. So that basically types of check basically, then this basically connects to the digital world basically. When digital world basically we have already discussed what actually the digital world is. Like this basically each and every vegetables are going to damage anybody's leg, pair, leg, hand or head or not. That also basically we need to verify that which type of energy basically they are going to send. They are going to send the negative energy or positive energy. So each and everything basically we have to check, because we have to check that also basically which company can generate negative energy and which company can generate positive energy. So like this basically each and everything basically we need to check. Like this many things basically are there which basically we need to check. So in next basically video we are going to discuss little bit more about this only.